Welcome back, Kirby Mountaineers, to Kirby 64 in the Crystal Shards, emulated on Nintendo Switch, brought to you by Rocket Rabbit Commentaries.
We
and
have
this is the
entered
fourth
the
level.
volcano level.
The most dangerous level, not only on the Geostar, but in the entire game yet encountered, where you will find numerous hazards at the onset, especially the hazard of a video grabber that cannot quite hack it because of all these colors and graphics coming down.
So yes, a giant rock Kirby is not actually immune. To lava. So.
Well, because the second you pop out of the Rock Kirby form, you're still on a damage hazard that will cause a hit on Kirby. See, if it was an enemy, then the enemy would just die and then cease to be delivering damage, but you can't turn off the lava.
But, Mr. Cloud, Kirby's giant rock form does gain a protection against fire-breathing projectiles.
It's not very effective.
Reminds me of the fact that I've started to try and replay Pokemon Stadium 2 again. You know, the N64 has got a really good library of Nintendo exclusive stuff, but oh, you lost your power, damn it. But,
yeah, that's what happens.
But a lot of them have got very poor documentation of how they're supposed to work. Hey, King DDD. Like, even Nintendo Switch Online has got actually quite a nice number of very obscure titles that I've never heard of. Specifically, I started playing Extreme G, which is a racer in the vein of F-Zero GX, but it's a combat racer, right? And I actually had a decent amount of fun with the small amount that I played of it, but I was very thrown off right off the gate because the accelerator for that, instead of having it be on A, like I would expect the majority of other racers for a Nintendo console to have, actually has it be on Z. Now, having it be on Z isn't actually a problem, but I wasn't able. I straight up did not know that until I was already in my first race, because A is the selection button for everything else. So it was just weird to have. It was weird to have that kind of experience when I wasn't expecting it to be there. I knew it was a thing that was relatively popular at the time, because Resident Evil 2 on the N64 does that, whereas Z is actually your shoot button.
It kind of makes me glad that they didn't emulate Resident Evil 2 on the Switch. Well, I mean, it would be... Oh, crap. You really gotta watch where you're standing there, King DDD, or Kirby is gonna pop the poof off the top of your head every single time. The emulate... I mean, taking this game... maybe... No, this game, on the other hand, is actually relatively easy to transition into on the emulation versus using an N64 controller. I remember Star Fox 64 was a pain in the ass because of the C button commands.
Yeah.
So
that's one thing, that's one thing that that I've been struggling with too. A lot of the time they will actually use the right analog stick for your Switch controller specifically as C buttons, but they will also have But they will also have alternate buttons. They will also have alternate button presses for C button commands as well. And it's like that seems a bit more convoluted than it's supposed to be.
So I don't suppose you could confirm for myself or the viewers if Nintendo ever did put out like a Nintendo Switch compatible controller in the shape of an N64 to just finally get through that problem once and for all?
The thing is, I hope they didn't, because the N64 controller is ass.
Well, I mean, they don't have to make it.
I will say specifically that although the N64 controller is ass, it has a much better D-pad than the Joy-Cons have. God, I'm bringing this up because I've been going through a Pokemon Puzzle League on Nintendo Switch Online recently, and my motherfucking fire sword! My motherfucking of God, the D-pad on the Joy-Cons is just shit, man. Absolute shit. Having it be 4 face buttons actually makes a lot of sense, specifically when it comes to multiplayer stuff and the minimalist control schemes that you could actually do with the Joy-Cons. It really is. It really is both a convenience and a hindrance when it comes to advancing technologies. But it is a pain in the ass to actually fucking play with. Do not ask your friends to play with just single Joy-Cons. Please don't do that to them. Your friends are better and they deserve better.
Which is a thing that they do a lot. Which is a thing that Nintendo Switch does a lot with the N64 emulations for games like this. For example, the entire time I was playing Kirby 64, I was playing with the Joy-Con turned horizontally, where if you're using a Joy-Con in each hand, then they're probably upturned vertically.
Or you could, actually just use the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con holster in order to, just have a poor man's Pro Controller.
They make those?
Yes! Your Switch comes with a holster.
What? It's not my Switch, Mr. Gerda.
Right, it was not your Switch at the time. My bad.
It's alright, it's alright. Men have been borrowing video games and video game systems from their friends for generations now.
Has it been full generations? Because I don't know if the NES actually ended up as a high priority borrow for most people. And I know for a fact the 80s PCs were not actually getting borrowed all that often. So
indeed, portability of video games is a more recent invention brought to full acceptance and widespread proliferation. Thanks to systems like the Nintendo GameCube, which will actually put a convenient holder so that you can carry the GameCube around with you on your adventures.
And this is an instance of where we need Volcano again to open this up.
Honestly, I can't... No, you're right. It is Volcano.
Yeah, it's Volcano.
I tried doing Dynamite.
Thankfully, this level does actually give you access to a bunch of time to get Volcano. In fact, if you go backwards from here, you can probably get Volcano now. But now
you don't want to go backwards now.
But we get one of the coolest powers in the game, Firebird.
Oh, I love Firebird power.
Firebird is terrible for this segment, but it is an amazing power in general.
Oh crap! Run!
It's okay if we can get Firework. You're not gonna try and get Firework. Good. Okay.
Man, I ain't got time for this. The wall is coming after me. Flee the wall of fire, Kirby.
Hey, you used your slide. Haha.
Yeah, and it almost caused me to die. Whoops.
No, it almost caused you to take damage, not die. Yeesh.
Well, thankfully, that is true. There are no instant death hazards in this room. Even that wall of fire behind us is not going to kill us. It's going to cause a point of damage. Just don't slow down when you're at 1 HP.
Right.
Walk for your life.
Or you can run. Running works too.
I'm out of here. Oh, but the eruption is not quite yet, my cuddly and curvaceous friend. Now, we must gather the one-ups, our powers, and our courage in order to rise above the elevating magma flow.
Let me think. I know that Spike and Spark is Lightning Rod, but what is Bomb and Spike? Is Bomb and
Spike is... It's on the tip of my tongue. Bomb and Spike is... Oh my god, it's like a fucking multiple choice quiz. Good. That's a crusher hazard. Don't get crushed by the lava. Oh boy. Bomb and Spike is... It's not Shuriken because that's Cutter and Bomb. What the fuck is it?
Well, you got a Power Star. Oh well.
Nice. It's gonna. I swear to God, it's gonna pop out at me any second. What the power is?
Cloud. I think it's Gordo.
Now this motherfucker right here. This is
not actually all that difficult of a fight, to be perfectly honest.
You say that.
I do say that.
Although, I suppose it is worth pointing out that I did enter this boss fight with no powers whatsoever, just to show, on the subject of difficulty, that indeed some bosses even bosses that come after this are not necessarily more challenging than the bosses that came before them, except for Wispy Woods, because Wispy Woods is just designed to be an easy boss.
The thing is, you can't really relate a boss's difficulty to your ability to take it down without powers, because every boss in the game is designed to be able to be taken down without powers.
This is true. Because admittedly, the try again feature was not meant to be an easy way to grind up powers or to get crystal shards easily. Hell, it means what it says is, oh, you're not doing so well on this level. Would you like to try again? Or you didn't pick the right level. Would you like to try again on the level select menu?
Right. And fire. Yay!
Nice aiming timing.
Phase 1 complete.
Phase 2 go. My video grabber hated this boss fight, by the way.
Yes, everyone's video grabber hates this hates this particular boss. The flowing lava effect is actually something that, although the N64 does okay, absolutely despises being captured by literally everything.
Imagine that. You have to be safe from the boss by getting as close to the boss as possible without touching its fiery body.
For the record, that's actually a relatively common thing in not necessarily Kirby games, but in action platformers in general.
He's immune to my projectiles. Well, all right. See, you don't even have to duck, really. It just makes you feel safer. Okay, derp face, get to the part where I get to hit you. Oh, I see how it is.
So, do you want to use Volcano for this fight, Mr. Cloud?
Well, we're gonna have to use some kind of fire-related power pretty soon because he gives us fire baddies.
He gives you fire and rock baddies.
Ow. He's erupting like a volcano. Fire. Yay. Okay, so don't attack his base. Attack his face.
Yes.
At least they give us some goofy character to look at while we're waiting for the boss to advance to the part where we can actually hit him.
Again, this fight is not actually this difficult. Just come in with an actual attack power, and he would be down by now.
I mean, among the bosses we've seen so far, is what I find despicable about this character is how long he makes you wait just to get to the part where you can hit him. All right, well, let's try just
Firebird.
Instead of waiting for him to give us ammo, let's just fire in his face with infinite rocket launcher.
No, it's not even an infinite rocket launcher, though. It doesn't do enough damage. I would say that this is, a semi-automatic grenade launcher.
Oh crap! Now, thankfully, the game makers were wise enough not to have Kirby get locked behind. If you fall into the boss's hitbox damage zone, then it's going to jettison you to the other side of the arena, so that you have a fair chance of getting away.
For it.
And that sucks. We got the crystal shard from taking out what's his name.
Yeah, I don't actually know what his name is, but we can just call him Melty Molten. Because he ends up
Molten. I love it.
Because he ends up being the inspiration for Multi-Molten Galaxy in Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Molten chocolate. But now that we have gotten the crystal shard, the volcano is erupting. No Kirby friend gets left behind.
We ate the Waddle Dee. Be safe, everybody.